folks, welcome you all to yet another Friday vlog of mine. The sun is splitting the trees once again. Cafe Steve is set up outside and it's too hot out there. I always set the cafe up and it's too bloody hot outside. I dib in and out of it, people. Flaggins up to you all. It's just rude not to have one on a Friday, people. You should know that by now. I'm going to have a sip of this before we get going. I don't have a huge amount to talk about actually this week, but we'll get into what I do have to talk about after a couple of sips of this. Cheers to you all. You know I'd buy you one. You know that now. You all know I would buy you one if you were here. Lovely. So it's just this vlog is really just a very quick update as to what I've been up to off camera, and you'll have seen what I've been up to on camera. The big poll from the week before was that you voted for me to play Dragon Age Inquisition on the Xbox One X, and I began doing that very thing this week, and we've posted up. When did I post the first one up? Was it Tuesday? So we've had something since Tuesday. So Tuesday, no, actually I think it was Wednesday. So we've had Wednesday, Thursday, and you got 2 episodes today. There would have been one this morning at about 11 o'clock, and there was one I think about 5 o'clock this evening. So about 40 minutes ago, as we stand at the moment. So you've got, especially, we've got two over 1 hour episodes, I think it was. And there is one scheduled in for tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. There's one scheduled in for Sunday morning at 9 o'clock. And there's one scheduled in for Monday at 11 o'clock. So there is 7 parts already recorded, already uploaded, and already published, well, scheduled to publish at a specific time. And one thing I should mention, a few people have been confused about the premiere, sort of Joystick Steve premiere. All that is, and I apologise if I've ran through this before, but all it means is that you can let people know that a video is coming at a particular time, and if those people want to go and chat about the video beforehand, you can do. It's not why I put them there, but you can go and chat on the chat window about the video that's coming if you really want to do that type of thing. It's really, that sort of thing's really for the bigger channels, but I do it predominantly so that you guys know that there is a video coming and to get some feel of when the next one's arriving. So I think it's been really successful. I see the thumbs up, because you can thumbs up the video before you've even seen it, just to say, yeah, brilliant, another one of those is coming, that sort of stuff. So it has been relatively popular, I think, and I think it's been useful for you guys to know when the episode's appearing. I know King Rat and a few others have mentioned that they were sitting waiting for the video to go live and all that sort of stuff. So you guys are clearly aware. I mean, it's nice for you to see that it's there and ready to hit you at some particular moment in time. My arms are killing me. I decided to go for a run at the gymnasium. I could have ran outside, it was that nice, but it was just easier. Through the weekly head shave was there, I thought I'd get on the treadmill. So I did an hour on the treadmill. I do about 20 minutes non-stop running, and then I do about 10 minutes sprint, walk and sprint. But it was an hour all in all. I thought I would do that so my cheeky bebs didn't feel... Got to keep trim, people. Us single boys, we've got to take care of ourselves. So, yeah, I'm absolutely, my arms are killing me and I'm still quite hot. Where was I, people? Before I was rudely interrupted by myself. So, yeah, so the main reason that I use Premiere is more so to let you guys know that when the next video is coming. And you get like a half-hour warning and stuff like that. I'm not sure when the first warning is, but there is a half-hour warning. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Really enjoying it. So Dragon Age went up, first one on Wednesday, and I have to say, like, I started playing that game and I immediately just fell back in love with it again. For those that don't know, this isn't a new game to me. I platinumed that game on the PS4 way back when it first came out, pretty much. Now I think I played it and then I went off to do other stuff. Finished it, then went off to do other stuff, and I think at some point I just had such an urge to play it again. I thought, I'm going to go for the platinum, and it was the first platinum I think I ever got on the PS4. I don't have that many platinums, but that's, I think, probably one of my only new gen platinums, because my other platinums came from Dead Space 1 and 2 and other such things last gen. So I've loved the opportunity to get back into the game on the Xbox One X, and when I fired it up I wasn't sure what to expect as to how good it would look or feel. Because, bearing in mind that most games for the standard Xbox were scaled down like instead of 1080p there would be 900p and stuff like that, you know, and the frame rates wouldn't be quite as consistent as the PS4. But with the X, I mean, I fired it up, and this game has not been enhanced for the Xbox One X. It is, but the Xbox One X will. The game is clearly tapping into the power of the Xbox One X because it plays so beautifully. It's panning around beautifully. The graphics are amazing. I mean, there's nothing about that game that I've seen problematic. So I've been really, really impressed with it, and I've immediately fallen back in love with it again. I'm really enjoying playing it. I'm sorry if you didn't sign up for videos of me running around to every corner of the land, but I really want to play it that way. I really want to play it like a proper RPG. I don't want to just play it and rattle through the story. It's not what I want to do with that game. I want us to see as much of that world as we can, discover as many things as we can. If it gets a little bit too... Like, if I get to an astrarium and it takes me like 10 minutes to solve it, which hasn't happened yet, but it does happen with some of the harder ones, then I'll probably cut that down. You know, I'll snippet the video just so that you don't have to watch the whole pain of it and stuff like that. But I do want to do as much sort of crafting and stuff as well. So there is going to be an element of me picking up a lot of stuff. You know, we still need the elf roots, and we still need, you know, there's other, the blood roots and all this sort of stuff. To make things with, and then you've got the iron and the bear hides and the, you know, and crafting is a pretty important part of that game. Like, if you want the best kit, the best way to get it is to make it. In fact, I think it's the only way to get it. So, I mean, there is unique items in the game that you can pick up, but like most of these games, the most powerful stuff you can get, I'm pretty sure if I remember rightly, is the armor, especially when you're waiting for a good pickup. And in this area that we're in, I think bear hide is it's tier 2 leather, unlike most of the other stuff that you pick up, like from rams and, you know, furry creatures. So I've just done that. In part 7, I think we make some bear hide armor. So we've done all right, we've done pretty well, but I'm thoroughly loving it and having a really good time with it again. So there's going to be plenty more of that coming. As I say, I've got parts coming up until Monday, and then I'll probably record some more. I might do some over the weekend, but at the moment I tend to do like a binge of recording early in the week. And this week I did some on the Monday, and then I did some yesterday. I recorded 4 parts yesterday. So 1, 2 and 3 were done on Monday, and the other 4 were done yesterday. So that's the way I tend to work it at the minute, and that gives me then space for the rest of the time to do what I need to do. So yeah, really enjoying it, having a fantastic time with it. And I'll tell you this, I cannot believe the amount of love for it, because the amount of likes for this little channel, the amount of likes on that video and views on the first one for a game that's been out for bloody yonks, you know, to get in the first episode, the first day that I put it up, over 100 views is a lot for this channel for a Let's Play. And the second video isn't that far behind that. So, you know, there's been a lot of love for posting up those Dragon Age Inquisition videos, so that's fantastic. So I'm glad you people voted for it, and I am glad I am playing it once again. It's been sat there for so long. And a big thank you and a big shout out to King Rat Fella for making sure that I downloaded the I can't remember if it's Trespasser or Trespass DLC. But what I did in the end was I downloaded the DLC pack that had all of the DLC in it. So from part 4 onwards, the DLC is there, but not for the first 3 parts. But he was basically saying there's a couple more tiers to your upgrades for your moves, which I've already spotted in one of the videos and talk about. And there's other things that happen on the war map and the war table and all that sort of stuff. So thank you for that. Really appreciate it. That would have totally passed me by had you not mentioned it. So there you are. Outside of that, in my own time, off camera, I've been playing, well, you know that I played Detroit Become Human. I then jumped straight into Heavy Rain, and I finished that this week. I finished another game, people. So I finished Heavy Rain, which I thoroughly enjoyed, and I've just started Beyond Two Souls, because I had the double pack of Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls remastered on the PS4, although I've still got them on the PS3, to be fair. It's interesting because I found Heavy Rain a little bit, not clumsy is probably the wrong word. It's still, for me, it's still moving a character around in Heavy Rain was still easier than in Detroit. Even though in Heavy Rain you actually have to trigger to make somebody walk, it was easier for me to control that character than it was for me in Detroit. Detroit felt really awkward. And now that I've just started Beyond Two Souls, well, I say just started, I've played a good 3 hours of it, and now that I've played another 3 hours of that game, that is actually the one with the best mechanics. Without any doubt, it is the smoothest to play, and it's the least clumsy of them all. I mean, it's a delight to play, and for the fact they brought a form of combat into that game, so that, you know, you have to push the stick in the right direction when they're doing the moves and all this sort of stuff, which gets you really involved in the action. It is probably one of the most underrated games in a long, long time, Beyond Two Souls, because it came out on the back of, well, not on the back of Heavy Rain, but it was their game that they made after Heavy Rain, and Heavy Rain was such an iconic and blessed game. It was just a beautiful story. It was a game that hadn't been kind of done like that before. It was really, really, I mean, it got like a 9, I think, 9 out of 10, stuff like that. Whereas Beyond Two Souls came out and it got 7 out of 10s and stuff, and I thought that was really harsh. And now that I'm playing it again, I think it's even more harsh, because it is such a stunning game. It's so well acted. The story's, actually, for me, the story's probably the most interesting story of the 3 in its originality and form, and the original concept of having this soul tied to the character that gives you this second mechanic to work with. So I think it's probably one of the most underrated games in a very long time, and I'm thoroughly enjoying playing it again. Some of the cinematics in it are just incredible, really, really good. It's interesting because a lot of people complain that because it jumps from time frame to time frame, so you'll be her as an adult, then suddenly you're her as a child, and then suddenly you're her as a teenager, then suddenly you're her as an adult again. There was a lot of moaning about that when it was reviewed, and I never understood it. It made perfect sense to me as to why it was doing it, because the whole point is that all the memories are jumbled up. But interestingly, which I don't think was in the original game, when I fired it up, you can actually play the game as it was originally meant, or you can play the game in its correct timeline. So you could play it. I've chosen to play it the way it was meant to be played, because that's the way I enjoy playing it, and it makes it more interesting jumping back in and out of different areas of her life and different ages. So yeah, I'm absolutely thorough, really, really enjoying it. So I'll get that finished off in the times that I'm not recording Dragon Age. And I've still got every intention of getting back to some Chaos Bane and possibly some Kingdoms of Amalur as well, for those people that may be looking for a bit more of that. I just haven't had the urge for those two, and the time really. But for me, if I can give you guys at least one video a day in the week, then I'm doing my job. You know, it might not be pleasing everybody, but you know, I'm only one man and I've only got so much time in my, you know, I have a day job, people. So I'm trying to keep as many people happy as I can. I really am. But by the same token, I need to be playing games that I am liking playing at that moment in time in order to bring that sort of fun vibe to you all. If indeed there's a fun vibe there at all. I'm sure there is. I'm sure there must be something. But there you are. That's all I have to talk about. I've rambled on for long enough for a man that had nothing to say. I'm going to spend the rest of the evening just making sure this goes up, and probably just chill out to some music. I'm going to sit outside for a little bit. I'm going to enjoy lots of these, and probably just phone a couple of people, as I do. That is awesome. I would recommend nothing more to you all to go and do exactly the same thing. Although by the time you watch this video, it'll probably be pitch black. But you know. But yes, I did not. I'm rambling on now. But the garden's looking really, really nice actually. This is a pointless fact for you, but this big bush here, thank you, it's got big pink blossom things on the end of it. And I have not seen those big pink blossoms on it since when I bought the house, what was it, 2 years ago or something? The end of the first summer, I trimmed all of the dead ends off of it. I cut it right back, and I've never to this day seen a pink pink end. And it's the first summer I've had where I thought I'd done something really, really bad to it. So maybe it wasn't me at all. Maybe it was just global warming or something. There's a reason people don't hire me as a gardener, people. You know what I mean? I cut the grass, and that's about all that needs done. Anyway, I'm going to ramble on no more. This week is going to consist of Dragon Age, Beyond Two Souls, and possibly one of the other things that I mentioned. That's it. I'm going to go away now. I'm repeating myself. It has been an honour and a privilege serving for you once again in this vlog of mine, and I shall speak to you all soon. Take it easy, guys. Bye.